Okay, today is Monday, August 10th, the end of a very special day. Special because today was our first day of live classes on Microsoft Teams. And to everybody who showed up, I applaud you. You're great because you're taking the initiative to engage and get to know other people and to find out what's going on with this virtual school thing. Last week, I asked everyone to share 8 things you wanted me to know about you. And today, in Teams, if you check the chat bar, I asked everyone to share one of those 8 things that you wanted everyone else to know about you. Then I asked everyone to share one thing from your vision board. Remember, I assigned a vision board project to everybody last Wednesday. If you missed that, check last Wednesday and find out about that project and how you can complete it. So everybody on the chat bar shared one special goal, a vision of how they wanted to grow or improve or something they wanted to achieve in the future. Why? Because it's important to get to know one another, to engage one another. Together is better. And life is so much easier when we engage with other people. It's not easy sitting at home and studying. So when we come together on live school, it's our opportunity to know one another and to know how to engage and to find out from one another what is Mr. Hoggard talking about? What's going on in class? So also in Teams, in the chat bar, I put your assignment for today. We've taken the initiative to engage with your teacher and to engage with one another by sharing one special thing you wanted everyone to know about you, and then one thing from your vision board. Just by making your vision board, you engage with the world around you and thinking about what are my goals and ambitions for life, if not just this week, maybe years to come. So this assignment is the first step in engaging with your community. And I've posted 4 statements on Schoology, it's also in the chat bar, that you need to respond to. The first statement is list 3 people that you look up to or you admire. 3 people that you look up to or you admire for some reason. And I'm not talking about a celebrity or somebody who's overly famous. Let's start with our local community, people that you know right now, people who have invested in your life. 3 people. Could be a family member, could be a teacher, a coach, someone from your place of worship, someone in the community that you know, that you admire them or look up to them for one reason or another or respect them. Number 2. I want you to think about those 3 people. Number 1 person. What is that one quality or characteristic in that person that you admire most? Maybe that's the reason you look up to them and respect them in the first place. It could be they're honest. It could be a characteristic that they have a great sense of humor. They have an outgoing personality. Maybe they're brave and they're not afraid to try new things. I know for my father, one of the qualities that I admired most about him is he never spoke bad about other people. And I didn't learn this until he had passed away. One of his best friends came up to me after he passed away, right after I was graduated from college, and he said, I want you to know one special thing about your father. He never spoke bad about other people. Sometimes a group of people would be together and we would focus on one person and start bad-mouthing that person or saying things that were not flattering about that person, but your father, he never participated in that. I wish I had learned that while he was with me. I wish I had engaged or known how to talk to him and learn more about him in that regard. So I'll never forget that. And to this day, I still admire him for that. Then take the second person, and what quality do they have? And the third person on that list, what quality or characteristic do you admire most in that third person? Okay, the third thing I want you to do on this list is I want you to rank yourself. If you said the first person was honest, or the first person was outgoing, or brave, or whatever, I want you to rank yourself. The only thing you need to write for number 3 is a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. In terms of how well do you see that quality of honesty, or outgoingness, or bravery, or a sense of humor? How well do you see that characteristic in yourself? 1 is the lowest. I don't see it in me at all. I'm a shy person. I'm not outgoing at all. Or maybe it's a 3. I have a little bit of a sense of humor, but I want more of that in my life. But I would rank myself as a 3 in that. Do that for each of the 3 characteristics that you listed for those 3 individuals in number 1. Finally, number 4, I want you to take each of those characteristics, 1, 2, and 3, and list or explain 1 or 2 ways that you can get more of that, build more of that characteristic in yourself. If you admire that person for being honest, for being outgoing, for having a great sense of humor, there's no limit to the number of characteristics that you could see in a variety of people. But I'm just asking you to identify 1 in each of those people. You listed 3 people. You listed their 3 characteristics, 1 for each. You ranked yourself in terms of how well you see that characteristic in yourself. Now, number 4, I want you to tell me 1 or 2 ways for each. How can I best develop that characteristic in me? What steps can I take to develop or grow in that area for myself? If I rank myself as a 2 for honesty, how can I bring it up to a 4 or 5? What steps can I take? Okay? Once you've answered these 4 or responded to these 4 statements, send it to me in Schoology. You can type those out on a Microsoft Word document and email it to me or share it to me. Just make sure you put your name on your paper. Or you can send it or submit it to me on Schoology. Or you could text it to me. Just whatever is most convenient for you. I just want to make sure you're getting your work done and you're engaging in what we're doing in class. So no excuses. Just do your best to respond to those 4 statements that you see here in Schoology and that are also listed in our chat in Teams, and send it to me. Whatever way is most convenient. Okay? You've got my number, 615-971-7817, so you can text it to me, or send it on Schoology, or email it to me at James, James, James.Hoggard, Hoggard, @mnps.org. Okay? That's it. So for every one of our classes, every time we have live school on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the lesson will first appear in our Teams live class. And I will put your assignment every time in the chat bar as we're having class. By the end of the day, I will post it in Schoology if you missed the class for whatever reason. But my first ambition, my first desire is that you would show up for class. Because when you're there, you enrich the class. You add your perspective, your unique point of view, and this is what makes you special. This is what makes you unique. This is what your strength is. Okay? Don't ever be ashamed of expressing your point of view. Come to class, show up, and show your best. We got this. I'm proud of you, and I'm excited to have each and every one of you in my class. All right, take care. Have a good evening. Have a good week.